This week's missing case involves a 39-year-old man who vanished from Los Angeles nearly 6 months ago. His name is Beau Mann, a successful entrepreneur and also a world traveler. He had just been engaged to the love of his life, but on November 30th, 2021, everything changed. Correspondent Nancy Liu is joining us live from Los Angeles tonight. And Nancy, you spoke to Beau's fiance. You also talked to police who are investigating his disappearance. And we're hearing this alarming final detail that Beau texted 911 right before he vanished.
You're absolutely right, Marnie, and this is the Studio City 7-Eleven that Beau Mann was known to be last seen back on November 30th. He bought a few items and left. Thereafter, a 911 text apparently sent during an Uber ride. No one has heard from him since.
Jason's last night in LA, Beverly Hills. Love you, baby.
Oh, love you.
There is much to indicate that 39-year-old Beau Mann was planning for his future, a wedding on June 11th to his longtime partner Jason Abate, who he proposed to last year at the Beverly Hills Hotel.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Yes, I will.
Okay, I don't know.
But there has been no wedding planning. Beau has been missing since November 30th. For his fiancée, a constant fight against fearing the worst.
We're dealing with someone who's just vanished. I mean, something has happened to him, and I can assure you he's not voluntarily missing. I know Beau so well.
According to police, Beau was dropped off by an Uber at a 7-Eleven on Ventura Boulevard at around 2 p.m. that day. Surveillance images confirm he bought a number of items in the store, walking off in his blue baseball cap and backpack. Beau had just returned to town after spending Thanksgiving in Texas.
He went from that 7-Eleven, of which he purchased some things for his place, for his house, including ice because his ice maker was broke. And Beau loved ice. He always had to have ice. And so, you know, you're not going to bring a melting bag of ice into an Uber unless you're going home. And that's where he was scheduled to go.
But Beau never made it back to his Brentwood apartment. LAPD says an emergency text was sent from Beau's phone minutes after he left 7-Eleven.
We can confirm that there was a 911 text that was received by a 911 dispatch call center. And they did make an attempt to contact him to get more clarification on what that request was, but there was no response.
Police say the text notification did not include the word help. Uber tells NewsNation that Beau Mann's trip that day ended with no reported incidents to the company, directing further questions to law enforcement.
Obviously, there's certain things I can't share. What we do know is that he was picked up from the 7-Eleven. He requested an Uber ride from the 7-Eleven on Ventura. And then he was, according to the ride, he was dropped off in the area of Berkeley Street and Santa Monica in the city of Santa Monica.
There are no known sightings of Beau in that neighborhood, and the trail seems to go cold there.
Good morning, baby. Love you.
Beau and Jason met through a dating app, and they've been together for 5 years, but it's been mainly long distance since Jason works in Michigan and Beau has been in LA. Beau is the CEO and founder of Sober Grid, a support network for fellow recovering addicts.
He struggled with addiction when he was younger and being gay, etc. I think that he really just wanted to help people and make sure that others didn't have to go through the same path that he had to go through.
I was the first person Beau told that he was gay.
Sandy Eggers serves on the Sober Grid board, and she's been a surrogate mom to Beau for over 20 years.
It's been draining, just draining. I go to bed at night thinking about Beau. I wake up thinking about Beau. All kinds of theories and possibilities that we've explored.
Among the fears, the prospect of sex trafficking. Beau vanished weeks before the Super Bowl in LA.
And the fact that the Super Bowl supposedly creates so much more trafficking, and it was right around that time. And the fact is that, you know, I don't know what Beau's mental state was at the time, and if he was running around all over Los Angeles that morning, who knows?
Police are seeking images from that time or even possible new sightings.
See, they could snap a photo of him from a distance, and that way we can compare and see. A lot of times we do get miss IDs, which we don't mind. We'll go out there and roll them out. So what helps out a lot is we get some kind of photograph or something that we can at least go off of.
He was all over Los Angeles that morning on November 30th, the last day where he vanished. So he was in, all over the place. Brentwood, Studio City, North Hollywood, downtown Los Angeles, Santa Monica, supposedly. Somebody had to have seen him.
Now, there has been no activity on Beau's phone since he went missing, and at this point, there are no clear signs of any foul play in this case. Marnie?
And he is supposed to be getting ready for his wedding right now, just vanished. Nancy, did police indicate, have there been any other clues that have raised eyebrows that have led them down one path or another?
No, and it's so mysterious. No one knows where he is, and that's why police are hoping for some public help in this case. According to Jason, Beau did have a new phone delivered. It did arrive. It was never activated, so he may be out there somewhere. And yes, they have checked hospitals, morgues, even homeless camps and shelters. No sign of Beau.
Just a mystery. All right, Nancy. If you have any information about the disappearance of Beau Mann, please call the Los Angeles Missing Persons Unit, or you can call the LA Regional Crime Stoppers. We've got both of those numbers on your screen. They'll be on our website as well. Every missing person, just like Beau, matters. Their story is important, and we want to partner with you to bring more of these stories into the spotlight. If someone you love or you care about has gone missing, or you know of a case you think we should be looking into, submit a request on our website, newsnationnow.com/missing. Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.